Imagine inhabiting someone's mind, living within their dreams. You have freedom to mold their reality as you see fit, but then you end up going too far and get lost in the limbo forever. Don't fret, we've got you covered with these tricks to beat the dreams, projections, limbos, and the entire Inception. Let's enter the dream and try to make sense of Christopher Nolan's fantastically detailed dream world and how to beat it. First things first, we can't help but wonder, why even take a job like this? Why would you willingly enter another person's messed up head? As exciting as it sounds, we can't see how diving into someone's subconscious is even an ethically right thing to do. Imagine responding to a bizarre AF job description that requires a group of dream navigators to lift the thoughts and ideas of their victims and replace them with fake ones. Yep, the Inception crew are hired guns, paid by wealthy corporations to extract secrets from their competitors. Sounds like an interesting job, not gonna lie. Better than a regular 9-to-5 desk job that'll leave you with a backache and zero savings, and hey, they're paying you well for it too. But is it worth falling into a gaping abyss of dreams that you can't escape from? Would you rather live in someone's subconscious forever or go on about your regular boring routines? Out of the frying pan, into the fire. Next, wake up from the dream. And if you decide to go ahead and take up the job to enter people's heads to either plant ideas, share information, or basically make them do whatever you want, here's the trickiest part: leaving. Yep, entering these dreams is a piece of cake, but coming out? Not so much. Here's what you can do to escape the dream. Now, there are only 4 ways to wake up from a dream. First off, you must either be kicked, which is upsetting the equilibrium of a dreamer, and if you're having a dream within a dream, each level of the dream has to have its own kick in order for the one on the higher level to work. It's complicated, but think of it as a jerk to wake you up from a deep slumber. And before you decide to go on a stomping spree on your friend, this isn't a literal kick, by the way. It's just enough disruptions around the dreamer in the real world that would translate into their dreams and eventually wake them up. Then you can also have the timer on the machine run out, so maybe have an alarm on or something. And if you have a lot of time to spare and want to explore some more, you can wait till the sedative wears off. But don't take a super strong one, cause that can lead to a lot of complications and could also send you into limbo and all of that. We're getting there. And then there's to die in the dream. Last but not least, this one's kind of extreme, but you need to die in the dream to wake up from the dream. That's right, dying in the dream is the quickest way to wake yourself up. Unless, of course, you're so heavily sedated that your death just sends you into the infinite dream space of limbo, where the real mind will become mush. But careful not to get too deeply involved in the dream, as we see Mao losing her grip on reality. She began to lose track of what was real and what was a dream. Cobb then plants the idea in Mao's head that this world was a dream world from which she could only escape if she killed herself. This worked, and the two were able to return to their normal lives. The only problem was that Mao still had this idea in her head. She now thought the same thing about the real world. She thought it was all a dream and had to kill herself to wake up. She ends up killing herself, and this is why Cobb feels guilty. Now, how to escape the limbo? There's no definite answer to this one. Limbo is the trickiest place to come out of. Once you're in the unconstructed dream space, you lose track of reality over time, and time passes really quickly. Anyone who ends up here wouldn't even know when to wake up or how to wake up, since the kick doesn't work here, and time is passing at a greatly accelerated rate. Also, many are unaware that they've passed into the limbo and don't realize that they need to wake up and take steps to do so. This is how Cobb and Saito get out, by waiting for their sedatives to run out, and then they shoot themselves because a kick wouldn't do the job, and they're successful escaping it. This could be another explanation as to why Saito is killed, but Fisher comes back when he's shot on the first level of the dream, but doesn't die until the third. If they resuscitated Saito on the third level, he'd only be returned to the second level, where he was still dying, and if he survived that, he'd only be returned to the first, where he was dying the fastest anyway. Meanwhile, because Fisher was shot on the third level and sent to limbo, his bodies on the first and second levels were perfectly fine. The defibrillator kick, combined with the falling sensation he felt after Ariadne pushed him off the building, was enough to bring him back to the normal level 3 so he could complete the mission. Had she shot him again down in the limbo, he'd have woken up for real and the mission would have failed. Now, do you see where this is going? Nor do we. Limbo is a black hole, which requires incredible finesse and an even better dream architect, and of course, a whole lot of projections. So our hunch is that maybe not step so inside the dream that you'll end up in limbo. As simple as it sounds, that's literally the only way, unless you're as smart as Leonardo, who has it all figured out. Use your projections. Now, we know that projections are more like a defense system, your mind's white blood cells, that will instantly go on a survival mode and violently try to seek the dreamer and destroy him. We see Saito get shot by these very projections and descend into a limbo. These are usually human and can be quite intimidating, of course, and they're so smart they can tell who's an intruder and who's a part of their subconscious. We can't help but wonder, why can't they be more terrifying, like a monster or a scary humanoid figure that'll that'll scare the living daylights out of any intruder and make them think twice before entering your dreams again. It'd be really cool if we could somehow transform these projections into whatever and whoever we want. How about reverse the roles here? Make the dreamer think you're in their subconscious. Confuse them, toy with them, show them their weaknesses and their worst fears. That would honestly be so much cooler than just falling into a boring infinite limbo. But we know monsters and ghosts aren't Christopher Nolan's cup of tea. This is the same man who's responsible for the five-dimensional bookshelf of love in Interstellar. That was wholesome through and through, and Inception too kind of has its moments. But we wish there were more that could be done than just fall in and out of limbo here. Next, train your mind. And if you happen to know some deep, dark secrets that you've promised to guard with your life, there's a way beyond hostile projections. How about training your mind to defend itself from foreign invaders? How about beating a dream with another dream? Ever heard of lucid dreaming? You can train your mind to pick up extra guests no matter how charismatic and hot they are. Cause let's face it, that really did matter when it came to stealing thoughts. What else do you think DiCaprio was hired for? Be hot and steal thoughts. Anyway, we got a bit carried away there. The whole point is to not let foreigners get to your head. The subject's subconscious is weak enough to be brought into someone else's dream. What you can do to have a stronger hold on your mind is be more self-aware. Know what's a part of your own dream and what isn't. Don't let a charming man or woman easily blend into your subconscious. Instead, be more cautious, just like you'd be in the physical world with a bag of money or your favorite piece of jewelry. This way, you won't ever spill your darkest secrets, even in a dream. Cause who knows, maybe someone really is hearing it all. Up next, use your dreams to bring world peace. Wait a minute, since we're entering people's heads to plan information and ideas, how about doing this for a noble cause instead? Enter the world leaders' heads and make them abolish nukes. Talk out their territorial and other conflicts that could possibly lead to another world war, end world hunger and poverty. I mean, if we're really going all the way, why not just do it for a greater cause that would at least benefit humanity as a whole? Come to think of it, this would make for such a cool superhero flick. And that's a wrap for this video. What else can you think of to beat the fantasy dream world and come out sane? Comment below and let us know. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and hit the bell icon to subscribe to our channel for more. See you in the next one.